Oh, it's about to go down.
And what we explicitly wanted to do was use the power of New York City to provide free gender-affirming care, and I say free in case insurance companies decide to boot us off, free gender-affirming care, not just to people in New York City, but across the country.
Zohran Mamdani in New York City. This is unbelievable. So this radical socialist, again, Zohran Mamdani, again, he's running for the New York City mayor, and it looks like he's going to win. It looks like he's going to win the general election by polling standards. He wants to blow $65 million of your hard-earned tax dollars to turn New York into a national trans healthcare hub.
Zohran is literally attempting to do what conservatives say, we want to do, which is provide gender-affirming care to anyone who wants it for free, and we're going to ship people, we're going to fly people in and pay for their hotel rooms, and we're going to do all of the Fox News stuff. We're getting ideas from Fox News. I want to know, hey, we'll do that. But most importantly is we collaborated with the Zohran Mamdani campaign on his trans rights platform. And Zohran first kind of approached DSA leadership about running. His pitch was, he said, I'm going to get socialists to vote for me and I'm going to get Muslims to vote for me. With Zohran, we're in basically the best possible position to seize state power that we can be in because, we're like this, right? DSA has regular meetings with him, let alone his team. His policy director is my friend. I've been working with his campaign manager for well over a year. I have friends who are in his staff. Trans rights, I always would say, we are the tip of the spear. I've looked at Zohran's policies and I'm like, yep, these were floating around group chats and message boards for 5 years before they ended up in here. Zohran himself, who's about to become the mayor of the largest city in the United States, is facing the same attacks that undocumented immigrants just trying to get a job at Home Depot are facing right now. There's no reason at all that we can't use telehealth and mailing prescriptions to people across the country to undermine state bans. The Zohran campaign was always eager to work with us. We're like that. We wrote the platform with him. The team was so happy to work with us on this. And now he's going to be mayor.
Zohran kicked Cuomo's ass. It was almost a flawless victory. And so I think that'll also bear out when you switch into governing from the campaign session.
New York City could provide trans health care for every trans person in the country who, can't afford it. And it would be a blip on our radar.
Wow, folks. And I saw you guys commenting. That is a current video, a recent video. Yes, they are still wearing masks. This is insanity. Shelley, what are your thoughts on this exchange?
First of all, this is scary in the sense that I'm not saying we should have fear about it. It's scary that if you go to the Democratic Socialist of America page, they boast over 90,000 members. Okay. And this is what they boast. They also tell you that they want to collectively means that some group is going to decide, or they own the economic drivers that dominate our lives: energy, production, transportation. They don't say I'm adding education and economy, all of those. They want to collectively own, which means these people, this group will tell you where to live, where to work, how far you can drive, what school to attend. I mean, pretty much we have that now when you have public schools, but they want to collectively own it, mean on a national level, certainly outside of New York or within New York's borders. But I don't understand how he could even be in the running. New Yorkers, you are better than this. I know Mayor Adams has his own problems. Every mayor does. But compared to Mayor Adams, you all will be virtual slaves in New York. I don't understand it. And this crap is going to spread for all of you people out here in America who thinks that the government needs to own this and the government needs to own that. Go ahead, sell yourself to them. So you have that right in America. Donate or give all of your money to the Treasury if you want, but the rest of us will fight back. We will not let it stand. We will fight back. New Yorkers, I'm counting on you to rise up. The biggest city in our country, you need to set the example.
Wow. Yeah. I want to acknowledge our super chatters before we get to you, Nicole. We have a couple here. Kung Fu CJ says country music is about reality. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Veronica McFarland
Thank
joined us.
you,
She's our
Veronica.
Freedom Seekers with a $20 super sticker. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right. Red Bucks with the $3 super sticker. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Steel Toad with the $5 super chat says these are dangerous people. They don't care about the damage they do. Exactly. If you appreciate content that actually tells the truth, please, folks, drop a super chat and help us keep fighting the narrative, because that's what we're here for. And we must stand up against this insanity. Nicole, what are your thoughts on that exchange?
It's two things, twofold. Number one, they are underestimating Zamdammit, because that's what I'm gonna call him, and I'm gonna keep calling him Zamdammit. They are underestimating his ties to the Islamic world. They are greatly underestimating this man and what he really believes. Like a chameleon, he's saying one thing to them, but I guarantee you he's not going to the mosque talking about transing their children. He's not having that conversation. I think New York is flirting with someone who they have not really drilled down enough on to figure it out. Yes, the primary season was very low voter turnout. I really wish one of the other three candidates would drop out to consolidate the vote to put this thing to bed. But there's a very small part of me, and I mean small part of me, that just wants to see them suffer because they're not damn dumb. This would be what it would take to break the stranglehold the Democrat Party has on New York City. However, they would be left broken and hurt, and the state can't afford to fix it. So it's going to come out of our pockets to rebuild it into something that's livable again. But this man is absolutely dangerous. This is the kind of rhetoric where you say one thing to one person and something completely different to another person. Making New York a trans vacation center, or using telehealth and the US mail to mail hormones back and forth is not as easy as they think it's going to be. It really is not, especially when you're trying to send it into red states. There are going to be lawsuits. There are going to be challenges. Insurance companies are going to challenge your authority to do so. So it's not going to be a cakewalk. I am just really, really glad that some people are starting to wake up and some people are starting to listen. But from a political standpoint, a couple of somebodies need to drop out of this race, consolidate that vote, and beat this guy down into the ground, back into the sewers of New York City where he belongs. He is absolutely dangerous. And I think it was Frankie Weeborn in the chat that said they look like a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah. This is scary, folks. We see right now. I mean, there was another video where he said that he was heavily using the Muslim population and LGBT were like his main constituents, and to pushing him towards the finish line to win. That's crazy. And we already know radical Islam is on the rise. Right now, just within our lifetime, not 500 years, not 1,000 years, within our lifetime, Islam has taken over worldwide. Yep. Multiple countries that used to be secular or other religions are now Islamic. Okay. Islam, I should say, is the number one religion in many of these countries. We see what's going on in the UK. All right. And this is not a situation where, once these people get in charge, they're asking if you want to do Islam, you can, or you will do Islam.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sharia law is coming for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is scary. This is scary stuff.
And this is another thing. I know, again, I wonder sometimes too, but if you look at the history of the world, again, this is why we call it American exceptionalism. We are if you want to call it the anomaly, if you will, right? In a good way. We are. Most of the world, most of the history has been run on, again, communism, if you will, or socialism, some form thereof, if you will. We are different. So you have to work at freedom, if you will. You have to work to be a capitalist, to be different than the norms, if you will, of the world. This is why it's dangerous, because many people do believe in or espouse to socialism, communism, because that's really the norm, if you will. That's the norm. So it's easy to fall in line, if you will, with the norm. Okay. It takes effort. It takes work, discipline, focus. It takes even a pushback, a challenge to say, no, we're not going down there. America cannot and will not go that direction. I shouldn't say it can't, but it will not go that direction. We have plenty of patriots. We have a God-given constitution on which we stand, okay, which we must stand. We cannot go down that way. The whatever his name is, the Islamist dummies or whatever they call them, cannot be allowed to spew their ideology. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about free speech. I'm talking about spew their ideology in the sense of they want to change our country.
Well, yeah, I hope you're right. I pray that you are right, Shelley. I mean, these numbers are alarming. According to a new report from Pew Research, the number of Christian majority nations around the world has dropped, and it's dropped fast. In just a decade, between 2010 and 2020, entire countries that once proudly identified as Christian, and again, I know, we're not, you don't have to be Christian, but this is alarming, have slid into secularism, silence, or outright hostility to the faith. All right. And they have been taken over. Others have been taken over by Islam.
It's tough though, because our compassion they use against us as a weapon. Our freedoms they use against us as a weapon. And then you see Christians like in Nigeria being killed and slaughtered across the continent of Africa. And then they come in with these grieving people who are falling apart, who are looking for leadership, looking for something. And they give them these very narrow parameters and say, oh, Allah, God loves you, but you have to do it this way. And this is the only way that you can do it. And the people who are searching and dreaming for something, this is the only story they're hearing because they're killing off all the Christians. They're